Alright guys, this is Duncan from WCC's first place standard deck profile. He played Murakumo. Alright Duncan, take it away.
So, well, obviously you play a starter, so you're not going to play a trigger, I'll tell you that much. So let's get that out of the way. So here you have your main grade 3 ride target, Dueling Dragon Zanbaku. I'm sure most of you know what the effect already does. And obviously with the combo, I'll talk more in depth about the combo once I get to the grade 2s and stuff. But essentially he's essentially what I use for +1s, as well as trying to out-advantage my opponent. Explain how I play the deck and why I say it like that. So here next we have Free Musashi. So Musashi's effect is basically like you have to guard 2 cards against him whenever he attacks. So the reason I only play free is because 4 is definitely a good card, but I feel like if you ride this guy, you might just end up losing the game. So that's why I only play free. So next, we have only 2 Mana Lord. I know a lot of people like vary between like 3 and 4. The only reason why I play 2 Mana Lords is because I inherently don't like riding him first anyways. So I never try to play for him riding first unless like he's the only thing I have in my hand. I generally try to save him for late game to copy another one of my Musashis that I'll have on my board, assuming he doesn't get retired or anything. And yeah, that's basically it. I also don't play, I'll talk about it later, but I don't play that grade 1. I'll explain why. This is why I only play 2 Mana Lords. So next, I'll just show them all at once. You have your right and left arrestor. You play 4 of each because you're combo pieces. So basically with this guy, I'm sure you already know, his effect is Counter Blast 1, Soul Blast 1. You can call either of these to the field, and if you have both a left and right on your field, you get your opponent cannot ride to the next turn normally. So this works really well with the grade 2 arrestor skill. Grade 2 arrestor is Counter Blast 2, put a card from your hand into soul, and then they can't stand. So obviously they're going to attack to gain cards with Twin Drive and whatever. So if you do the combo and you have free open Counter Blast, they basically can't ride or stand. And at that point in time in the post AL4 meta, there's no way of secure riding like without like attacking or anything. So there's literally no way for you to ride, and you'd basically be stuck at a -2 for the turn. So here we have the other grade 2 you play for Swift Archer Fushimi. The reason why I play him over the other ones is his main effect is that he gains 5k, and hitting 14 is really important in a deck where sometimes you don't really hit high numbers, especially with your other rear guards. So you need to always be at least hitting for a card in their hand. He also has a kind of niche effect where you you can attack the back row too. So say you have like a random right arrestor, you could just use him to attack a rear guard in the back if you literally don't have a booster or anything because it doesn't hit. So yeah. So next we go to the grade 1s. So I run 4 Million Rat. I feel like he's a staple in all decks just because the effect's really good. Counter Blast 1, if you don't have another Million Rat on board, you just call another one. So what I like to do, especially if it's like a red grade 2, I literally just ride him, call a Million Rat. I'd use skills for the booster here, so you can attack. And then I know a lot of people they like to use 15k, so it's no pass, but if you put it here for the 13k, if they're on an 8k base, when you attack, then they can't 15 for a 1 pass. They have to use a heal trigger, which is a high amount of guard value. I also use him if I know I'm not going to be using Counter Blast early too, just to call cards, because you can just use these at AK boosters, and it's pretty important to have AK boosters when your regards all they hit are 9. So next we have Shinjimaru. He's also I think a 4 staple because at the worst, he's literally a 10k booster. His effect is basically when he boosts a unit, he basically gives free K to 2 of the units of the same name as the one he boosted. So you give it to both the one he boosts and one anywhere else on the board to gain more power. So you could change, so let's say like you have 2 left arresters, right? You have one boosting, another one here. So when you boost, you get free K. So hit 19, which is a good number. I think, and you get free K here. So when you attack with this one, you give another free K. It'll hit 22, which is good against all clans except Force. But there are obviously more combinations you play. So yeah. Next we have this is like where most people will vary about what card they want to play. So I play Amatsu Snipe. Its skill is when your deck is shuffled during the turn, this unit will get 5k. The reason why I like this card over the other card, I don't know what it's called, but the other 8k, which is like with Mana Lord, you could use its skill and it gets like the same name and stuff. The reason why I like that over it is because even though it's a 7k base, sometimes you don't want to give damage on the first turn. Like if you're playing Shao Pan, you want to give them the damage because they can plus really hard just off one counterblast. So you just pack 7, right? And if you don't hit a trigger or anything, it doesn't hit. So they can't do any of their combos and stuff. Another effect I like is it gets 5k. So against like non-force decks, like if I put this in the Axel circle, like so, and I shuffle my deck this turn, it hits 22, right? It's a really strong number to hit against those decks. It's 15k shield. And 12k boost is also nice if you have like a grade 3 12k. It can hit 24 against force decks. So that's why I prefer this over the other grade 1. Next we go to trigger lineups. So let's go with basics. Obviously for heals, you need the deck isn't strong early game as other decks, so like sometimes you just need a heal just to bail you out. It's a good shield value against other decks. Next, for PG draws, because you're not gonna play any of the other draws. I mean, you do, but like you want to play 4 of that over 4 of this. And then you have I played 2 more additional draws in this deck, just because I always tend to like take damage early, which helps a lot. So like if you get a draw trigger, it puts you even further ahead. Also helps get you your pieces because you need those pieces in your hands. So and then I'll go to my mix on the force crits. So I play free force and I play free crits. So the reason why I don't play like one over the other and why I tend to even them out is because when I actually played the mirror, I found out that front is better, but it's better defensively, right? And I like crits offensively, so I figured like the reason like I play free crits because I know sometimes you just need a crit to win, right? And if you don't crit to win, it's not good. And then like the fronts sometimes if they hit a trigger, the fronts help so that all your rear guards hit. So I personally thought that I tried testing free and free. What I found during testing is that I didn't check any of these triggers anyways, so I just kind of went with it. That's it. So I'll explain some of the stuff I did differently from other people that I've seen. So one of the big discussions that I talk about people how I do differently is this guy. So let's just say like you have him on an Excel circle, you have your grade 2 arrestor, right arrestor, and you have this guy here. Sorry, Zanbaku. So one of the things I like to do in this situation, like the reason why I don't like play Monks first, because I don't like attack with Vanguard first, because if you don't hit a trigger, especially like the front or whatever, then and they hit a trigger, your sides are basically useless. So at this situation, like I would attack, say I had a draw trigger or whatever, attack. So when I attack with this one, I always like see what position my opponent's in. If I'm trying to get out more card value, I'll use its skill. Say he's card cancel. But sometimes I won't use skill depending. Like if they have like 10 cards in hand, like I wouldn't use skill because sometimes you need the soul to use the skill again next turn, just for the +1s and stuff. So you don't want to waste resources on a +5, which they could guard with 1 card anyways. So when I use this card, I always use it for either it could cost 1 card because sometimes they hit a trigger, so I have to use that skill. Or I would just use it. If I put a trigger here, it end up being 2 cards, right? Because a heal trigger wouldn't be enough to guard against this. That's it for the most part. A lot of the matchups I played against, they're fairly straightforward. I actually had one of the best matchups in top 8. I played 2 OTT, where this deck's inherently a good matchup against, and then a cowgirl player who just didn't get combo pieces he needed. So yeah, that's it for the most part.
What would you say your hardest matchup was in the tournament?
My hardest matchup is definitely the Shao Paladin. It's the only game I lost to. What happened in that game is that he just rushed me early, and he had crit on the Blaster Dark and on the Great Free Ride. And, I didn't have enough shield value in my hand, so I just got pretty far behind.
Right. So what would you say your strategy is against Shadows to beat them, or is it a very one-sided matchup in their favor?
It's very dependent. I feel like if you play against Shao Paladins, you kind of have to hope they don't get in the main, because they'll plus free off that card, and you get a little bit behind. Generally against that deck, you don't want to damage them early. You want to try to keep hitting their sides because they're going to call sides.
Right.
And at a certain point, you want to try to within 2 or 3 turns, just try to kill them with your Zanbaku. You also kind of hope they ride someone that doesn't really do anything, like Babukar, but that's saying a lot. Because the PBD counterblast to retire free hurts the deck a lot if you don't have a lot of combo pieces in your hand.
Perfect. Well, thanks for the deck profile. If you guys wanted to check out other deck profiles, look at our channel. We also have Steven's deck profile going up as well. And take care, guys.